everybody. Good morning, good morning. Well, we have made it to, let's see here. Good morning, everybody. We are live. Good morning, Kim. How you doing? It's Friday. Whoa! Yay! Good cup of coffee Friday morning. It's cool, but not too cool. Was able to open the door to the shop this morning. Okay, let's see. What else did I want to look at here? Big weekend. Texas plays Georgia tomorrow. Looks like, oh man, they couldn't plan this game any better. So it looks like it's at 6:30 tomorrow. Good, that gives me time to get all my stuff done. Itty bitty kitty joined. Hey, Big Fish Bennett, Totem, Bobby B. Thank you for all of you getting up and joining me this morning. AZ Ranger 99. Hey, how's it going? Hey, if it's your first time here, guys, make sure you let everybody know what state you're from, any special talents you have. We're going to do, I keep meaning to do this and I want to do it today. Colin McPhail, how you doing this morning? Joining us here on YouTube. Thank you for joining us this morning. Hey, we're going to play question for question this morning. And if it's your first time here and you've never done that, I always like it. It's pretty fun, especially when you have people who maybe haven't joined yet. So it looks like we got a lot of drive-bys. Stick around. We're going to play question for question. So you get to ask me a question, and then I get to ask you a question. And we'll try to get to everybody. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So yeah, question for question Fridays are always fun. It's a way for you to get to know me and I get to know you, and we have a little fun on Friday too. So grab your coffee, everybody. Hey Ed, how's it going? Still got a few people joining. Total Heaven just joined. Thank you. Good morning. Woohoo! We're getting some people over here. Olivia Strickland just joined. Tennessee TV just joined. What's your favorite color? My favorite color is blue, Olivia. I like blue. Denzel, how can you tell if a girl likes you? Well, I don't know. I've been married too long to ask that question. Maybe it's cold and windy and rainy in Canada this morning. Oh, I bet it is. We haven't had any of that kind of weather yet, Colin. But we're getting there. Caden joined. Good morning, everybody. Wrecking Crew joined. I like that. Okay. All right. So tomorrow is the big... well, for me, because I'm a college football fan. So if you're a college football fan, you'll like this too. Good morning, Ed. I thought I heard raindrops, but I guess not. It was just the wind. Texas plays Georgia. This is a pretty big game for Texas in the SEC for tomorrow. The game's like at 6:30 in the evening, which I was hoping it wasn't going to be an early game because I have a massive busy day tomorrow. I'm trying to build this wall out, and I've got like 3 or 4 different projects going. So it'll be nice to have the day to get that done. What college football team do you support? I'm a Texas Longhorn. I know some people don't like that, but I think in college football, everybody gets to support whatever team they like. Was Biology just joined Halloween? Thanks. So for sure, Wasology Entertainment. Okay. Okay. All right. So anyway, yeah, a big game. So, you know, I look at it like this, that Georgia has a really, really good team this year. Cassidy, tomorrow we move to the camper. Oh, man. Great news, Cassidy. That's great. So Cassidy and her husband, they're renovating a family home that hasn't been lived in for a little while. And, you know, they it's a family home place. And so, yeah, I'm a USF Bull fans. Okay. That's good. I like sports in general. LaShawn the Tiger. Hey, how's it going this morning? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on YouTube. I appreciate that. Anyway, so the Texas game's pretty big. If I think Georgia has a really, really good team. If Texas were to win by accident, it would be a major upset. Has it been? Yeah. So Cassidy's dad used to live in this property that they're moving their travel trailer to, so that they can be on site, and they're going to be renovating and making it their first home. So I'm really excited for her. And they've had a few setbacks, but it looks like they're moving forward, and that is great. Great. Yeah, the place hasn't been lived in, she says, since 2014. So you know what it's like. I mean, have you ever been in a house that nobody's been in really for, what, 11 years? It's so yeah. You and your husband, Cassidy, have a big job ahead of you, but man, how satisfying. Built in the 60s. Well, that's good. Yeah. What a project, though. You'll have to like Cassidy, make some videos, like, you know, kind of as you're going through, and share them with us. Everybody likes that when you start a project and you kind of take pictures, especially something like that, where you can say, okay, you know, we're working on the kitchen today, or we're doing this today, or working on floors. And then you know, you could turn it into, I mean, we've all watched those fixer-upper shows. Now, of course, they make it, there's a lot of stuff in the background. Hey, Casey, how's it going? Good morning on Friday. Great. Okay, Clara. Hey, Clara, just joined us on YouTube. Thank you for joining. Hi, man. How are you? I'm great. I guess I have to guess what your name is. Just put your first name down there so I know what to call you. And that way I don't sound like a moron while you're laughing. My name is Amir. Okay. Hey, Amir. Okay, so that's going on. That's not till 6:30 tomorrow. Boom. We got that out of the way. So now we're going to go play question for question. So if you don't want to play, you can just listen. If you do want to play, I wish we had that ability where you could raise hands. Leo Danny, thank you for sending me that heart. Man, I appreciate that. That puts you in our fan club. If you haven't joined the fan club, send me a heart me emoji. It'll automatically add you to the fan club. Just there's no cost to be in the fan club. It's free. It's just a list of, I just like to be able to scroll through there and see who's on the fan club, in case Plus it makes it easier for me if I want to message you or something and let you know what's going on. It's good. It's cold. Where are you at, Casey? What part of the country are you? Obviously, you're on the road if it's cold, because it's not cold in Texas. Our first strip the in. Oh yeah, yeah. It's a lot of demolition at first, Cassidy. You're right. Okay, so here we go. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube, Amir. I appreciate that. Okay, so everybody that's still with me, here we go. First question. Let me see. What's it going to be? Is there anybody want to volunteer to be the first person I ask a question to? I'm going to ask, Casey's in Indianapolis. Okay, Minnesota. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to ask Amir on YouTube. Okay, here, Amir. Here's the first question. What did I do with them? Sorry, I've got them on my screen here. What's the one item that you could not live without? Put your answer in the comments. What's the one item you could not live without? And anybody that's on the live can, put their answer in too. Doesn't have to be specifically for Amir. So what's the one thing that you own you could not live without? Put your answer in the comments. It's Friday. Don't forget, this is a two-way conversation, so you have to participate. That way, it's a lot more fun that way. Kim says it's her car. Yes, Amir, I'm from the USA in Texas. A pair of bibs. Okay. I had to read that twice, mowing God. I thought you were being inappropriate early this morning. Bibs. A pair of bibs. Huh. Okay. Papa Bill just joined. Hey. Nobody else wants to answer? Okay. Amir, did you answer? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to move on to the next question. Here we go. I'm going to let Casey answer this one. What one song is guaranteed to instantly boost your mood? When you're what was it? When you're on the road, you listen to the radio a lot. I mean, maybe even people who are not super duper music fans will listen to music as they drive down the road. So Casey, tell me, what song is guaranteed to instantly boost your mood while you're out on the road? Everybody can answer. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a good one, mowing God. The Dance by Garth Brooks. I like that one too. Bottles in the Sky. Okay. I like that. Kim, what's your favorite? What's your favorite song that instantly boosts your mood? So whatever song it is, Bobby, thank you for the follow, Bobby. Appreciate it. Just to remind everybody, if you're new here and you do give a follow during the live, I go check out your account and do the same, providing that you are not a bot. I can tell you that on TikTok, if you don't have anything posted and you just are kind of like hanging out or whatever, Reckless, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Kim says she's proud to be an American. Me too. I like that song. That's a good one. Ed says Speak Life by Toby Mac. That's a good one. So, you know, I don't know how everybody listens to music anymore, but I remember when I was a kid, my first vehicle, and some of us I know on the live here are old enough to remember the old 8 deck, tapes, not the CDs, but an actual tape deck. Do you remember those in your car? Those were pretty cool. Spotify, yeah, that's what I've started listening to too. I listen to the free version, I guess, because I'm cheap. Is what my wife says, but she has a paid version, and she is uh, by far more of a music fan than I am. I mean, she likes a lot of different types of music. Mexicano, how you doing this morning? Hola, ¿cómo está? There you go. That's the end of my Spanish. Okay. What was it? I'm proud to be American. Batman versus Superman over here on the YouTube channel. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for coming, checking, hanging out with us on Friday. So we're doing question for question. So here's your question, Batman versus Superman. If you could only drink one beverage besides water for the rest of your life, what would it be? If you could only drink one beverage besides water, you get to include that for the rest of your life, what would it be? Everybody put something in the comments. Let me know that you're playing. Cherry Pepsi, Reckless says. Ooh. Cherry Pepsi, really? Well, I don't think I've ever tried. I've tried Pepsi. Dr. Pepper is, yeah. You know, I used to be of course, I worked for Coca-Cola Bottling Company for like 13 years when I was a younger man. And tea, yeah. Batman says a fruit drink. Okay. Like juice? Is that what you're talking about, Batman? A juice drink? Okay. Diet Dr. Pepper. Casey's likes Diet Dr. Pepper. Suave water. You know, that's pretty much, there's two drinks that Morning God says strawberry juice. Wow, I don't know if I had strawberry. Is it just pure strawberry juice, Morning God? I'm gonna sing a song to my granddaughter. So off to work I go. She's not too much of a morning person, if you know what I mean. but she is a hard worker. So we make it every spring. Oh man, you make your own juice. I bet that I love strawberries. And so yeah, I would probably like that. All right, so we're gonna move on. Let's see. Kim likes tea. Batman Superman likes any fruit drink. He's good there. Okay, all right. And Mullen God, he likes strawberry juice. That he says they make it every spring. Oh yeah, your part of the country can grow strawberries. It's way too hot here in Central Texas. I've tried. I've never been. I mean, you might grow one or two, but they just don't do well here. When my niece lived in Bremerton, Washington, while they were in the Navy, man, she had strawberries, and it was like a weed. They grew so many strawberries, and they were big strawberries too. I wish we could do that. Like your sons, I'm from East Texas. Oh, great. I used to live over near Tyler and grew up around Rockwall County, Northeast Texas. So I'm heading around. Okay. All right. So let's see. Here we go. We're going to move on. Next question. What's the best movie you've watched in the last month? You can grow peanuts, yeah. There are some peanuts grown in this part of the country. You're between Tyler and Jacksonville, okay. I used to live in Lindale. My dad had a place there. He lived there a few years before he in retirement. But yeah, I love Lindale. It was a nice town. I always tell everybody, if you've never been to East Texas, you probably won't meet any more friendly people than there. Headed to Round Rock. Oh, hey, Casey, when you get here, make sure you get two things. Well, get you some Round Rock donuts if you can. And when you're at Round Rock Donuts, get you one of those Texas-sized donuts and take a picture of it. That way you could share it with everybody. I've got to do that. I'm going to have to go over there and get some Round Rock donuts. I don't usually go over there and get them because I could eat probably 6 dozen of them, and they're not good for my waistline, but man, they're delicious. Ah, okay. So you've been to Lindale before. That's good, Reckless. Okay. So did everybody hear the question? What's the best movie you've ever watched in the last month? Anybody got any suggestions? Or a movie that they've watched in the last month? Anybody at all? It's a Wonderful Life. I love that movie. Makes you think, doesn't it? It's a Wonderful Life. You know, the character, he's struggling, and he's always the dependable son. And Reckless, that's a very good movie too. Ford versus Ferrari. Yeah, that's for yeah. But A Wonderful Life, I probably watched it 100 times in my lifetime. It's one of my favorites, and it's a classic. Yesterday War, okay. Raiders of the Lost Ark for the first time. That's a good movie, though. Kim, have you seen any movies in the last month that you would say, or maybe not even the last month? Have you seen any? Is there any movie that you really like that you've seen multiple times? Washboard Chronicles. Hey guys, I want to tell you something. This guy's from East Texas, and I knew he was from East Texas, just what his behavior is. You got to go check out his channel. Go check him out on TikTok. That's all. I don't want to give away the stuff, but his handle is Washboard Chronicles. But if I had to give him a nickname, I'd give him the nickname Storyteller. And he tells some really good stories. Very, very good. Washboard Chronicles, you do an outstanding job. So everybody, get time today. I followed him just after listening to watching him a little bit last night or night before last. But yeah, go check out his stuff. You won't be disappointed. A great storyteller. I don't know what you do for a living. Well, I could see that on your place there, you have a pretty good sized garden. So that's always a fun stuff. But yeah, I'm telling you, he's got some really good videos, and he's a great storyteller. And, I think a lot of them are, true stories, and, maybe some that he's experienced through his lifetime. But anyway, go check out his channel, give him a follow. Yeah, you won't be disappointed, I don't believe. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next question. No movies lately for Kim. That's right. Nope, no movies for her. Okay. Well, sometimes we're so busy in life, we don't take time to stop and smell the roses, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's so funny. If you've been here before, you know that Ed is a Lutheran minister. And, he's always been doing his Bible studies, but I kind of weaseled my way in and got him to put his Bible studies once a week live on TikTok so that I could join. And Braveheart, The Patriot. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one too. Yeah, I am in Central Texas. I'm just outside of Austin. But anyway, I got sidetracked here. What was I going to say? I'll have to come back to that, I guess. Fruit dream. No movies. Batman doesn't watch movies. No movies in our family. Those have other activities. Yeah. A lot of times. Anyway, let me get back to the Bible study part of it. A lot of times where I was going with it was that we're really busy and Washboard Chronicle Bible study. Yep, that's where I was at. Anyway, so went through Bible study, and then for me, that's the one night a week I dedicate an hour, and because Ed's so gracious that he puts it on TikTok Live, and I think we're beginning to gather more people joining us at 6:30 Central Standard Time on Thursday nights. We could do it's usually like an hour, and it's not like a lot of live, so you can ask questions. They may not get answered during the live because there's a lot of stuff going on, but just it's a good time to sit, reflect, and listen. And for me, that's I look forward to it every week since I started doing it. So yeah. Anyway, so if you're interested, Thursday night, 6:30, you can send Ed a message, send me a message. Cal Cop, he couldn't make it last night, but send him a message. We'll get you on the, as my dad used to say, boy, I'm going to get you on the straight and narrow. And I never knew. Usually when he said that, that meant I wasn't doing very good. I was in trouble most of the time. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Let's see here. What's the next question? Okay, here's a good one. Everybody has cell phones, I believe. What's the weirdest notification you've ever gotten on your mobile phone? What's the weirdest notification you've ever got on your mobile phone? We should get some good answers. Yeah, not on Thanksgiving night. I didn't figure that. Yeah. Yeah. There's going to be some, we're coming into the holidays. So the Bible studies might skip a week or, like around Christmas. Yeah. Everybody has family stuff to do, and that's fully understandable. I wouldn't dare hold somebody to a schedule like that. Yeah, Ed's the one who leads the Bible study for sure. What do you mean you're not detecting? Yeah, there you go. Can everybody hear me on TikTok all right? I just saw something popped up on my screen, said that some kind of audio issue, but it looks like it's working fine. Yeah, okay, good. Any notifications, any answers to that? Done, follow. Thanks, Reckless. Appreciate it. Great, good, you can hear. Stop watching it. So Batman versus it's Batman versus Superman on YouTube, but I just call him Batman. Batman says he stopped watching in 1999. And that's understandable. There's a lot of people. I don't spend a ton of time watching TV, especially during the week, because I get up early. I work all day, do the lives, any stuff that you normally have to do. And by the time I kind of get to the end of the day, I try to just relax for maybe 30 or 40 minutes, and then it's time to go to bed and get up and start all over again. Nobody gave me an answer about that. Probably won't be home for Thanksgiving. Oh, Casey, that's darn it. I wish you were. Weird notifications. Anybody got any weird notifications? I got one the other day, said it was my bank and there was no cash in it and they needed me to call them right away. And of course, when I already knew it was a scam, but I like to play with scammers. Y'all ever do that? Anybody ever done that? Like, you know, when somebody's scamming you and you know you're being scammed and you just try to keep the conversation going. I love to do it. And then you just start asking like off the wall questions and you confuse them. And I love it. Misfit. Oh, nope. That was a drive-by. I like to mess with people who call like that. Or, you know, like answer the phone and, you know, just start talking. Bob, about time you called me. I've been waiting on you all day. Where you at? And they're like silence on the other end. Try it. You know, if I was a woman, I would answer the phone. He says, your poor granny, where have you been? Yeah, they'll hang up on you real quick. Oh, okay. So thank you. Just let everybody know on YouTube. The handle is Batman versus Superman, but the guy's name is Wayne. Yeah. So we're going to call him Wayne. Hey, Wayne, I am so tickled that you're with us this morning. Thank you for joining. Okay, so let's see. Weirdest notification. You know, that maybe that's a more difficult question than not. I get scam calls constantly and they drive me nuts. I like that. Reckless says that they get a lot of calls to refinance. So the next time they call, ask them, tell them that you've been waiting on the paperwork and what the heck was the holdup, that they were supposed to be sending you a check for $5,000 and see what they do. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so here we go. We're going to move forward. Okay, this is kind of a more serious question. So everybody tell me, what is one small goal? It doesn't have to be a big goal, just a small one. What's one small goal that you're working towards right now? Do you have a goal? I think everybody needs to have some goals in their life. Ask for their bank routing number. That's a good one, Ed. Tell them you're going to need a credit card so you can verify their identity. So yeah, so one small goal that you might be working towards right now. To remain healthy. Yeah, you know, as we age, our health is very, very important. And if you've watched any of my past videos on YouTube or even on TikTok, you can see that I've tried to improve my health some. I've got a bad knee and you know, some other stuff. Cow Cop, Chris, how's it going? Hey, we got Kim and Wayne over here jumping in on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, so I think Wayne, and you may remember the other day when he was here. I'm calling him Wayne because he gave me his first name, but he goes, his handle is Batman versus Superman. But I think he's good luck because I want to tell you a story that happened this week. It happened real quick. I'm kind of getting off the question deal, but this week on the morning that Wayne joined us, and Kim, and maybe there were one or two other people, but Wayne stayed on the stream. I want to say it was Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day it was this week. The way YouTube works is when the live's over, they turn the live into a video. So if you do miss the live ever, whether you're a TikTok person or a YouTube person, lots of us have both and are on both. You can go back and watch the live if you want to. And the morning that he joined and we started streaming, YouTube from my cell phone instead of the computer, and we moved TikTok and started running that off of the PC. That video, and I've been doing it a couple of weeks now, most of those lives that YouTube records after the live, you know, could get an additional 15 or 20 views. Now, the good thing is it stays up, you know, it never goes away. So it can gain views for a very long time. But initially it just wasn't very many views. And the day Wayne joined and a couple of other people joined from YouTube, that video, by the time I got off work 10 hours later, had jumped and had 350 views. And that's a lot. You know, maybe they only watched 30 seconds of it. Maybe they didn't watch any. They just swiped across it. I don't know. But if you're looking at analytics on your YouTube channel, when that happens, you know, every interaction with any of your videos is always a good thing. So I think Wayne is my good luck piece. Let me see here. I normally cut my notification off. Yeah, notifications can, you know, when you're walking down and you hear your phone going ding, 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 that can drive you nuts. Yeah, people say, oh, you do woodworking? I do at it. My grandfather was a carpenter. My father was a peace officer, but and I didn't know how good of a carpenter he really was. And he just never talked about it. But when he retired from the federal government, one of the first things he did, and, you know, I guess it's because I'm kind of coming into that too. You know, you look for projects or something to keep you busy. And he built a whole set of cabinets, like a huge built-in entertainment center. And I was just like stunned because I'd never seen him do anything like that. He didn't have, you know, growing up, he didn't have table saws and drill presses and, you know, chop saws and all the stuff that you might think someone who was a carpenter would have in their shop. He never had that stuff. You know, he had leaned more to the mechanic side of it, which he could do that too. He was a man of many talents. And anyway, he built that. That was the first time I'd ever seen his woodworking skills, and I was just stunned by it. So he was pretty good. Me, I'm getting better, but you know, I don't have some of the tools that you need, and you need time. But I love working with wood. I always tell everybody I'm a what do you call them? I'm a stick carpenter. If it's 2x4s, I can probably put it together. If you don't want it to look perfect, I can do that too. I've built some end tables for the house. I built some rolling work carts. I'm going to, I built that wall back there behind you, but that's pretty simple. A chop saw and some cedar pickets and, you know, tape measure and stud finders and stuff like that. But one of the projects I'm doing, well, I'm doing a couple of projects. One, I'm going to finish this wall. Two, I'm going to build, and I'm sure you've all seen them, where people build the 2x4 containers where you can slide the totes in for storage. So if you haven't, you'll get to see. I've seen several on YouTube, and you could see it on YouTube too. Well, that's good. I'm glad they put a windshield in Casey's truck, because driving down the highway without a windshield wouldn't be a good choice, I don't think. That's good, Casey. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to build it's basically just a 2x4 frame, and it's where I could slide the 27-gallon totes in there. It's just for storage. And then I'm going to put a top on it so that I can utilize that too. So, yeah. So I can build at stuff. but I'm not a, I wouldn't call myself a carpenter. That was for sure. Okay, here we go. Let's see. What's the next question? Okay, this is a good one even for me. What skill do you wish you could instantly master? If it was me, I would love to be a talented carpenter. I'd like to be able to, I worked for a company who built houses, but my main job was managing vendors. I didn't actually, build the house. But yeah, I think I would like to be a carpenter. I would like to have those skills. And you never know, when you retire, I always say don't retire to the couch, but retire to something that you love to do. And I love to do social media. So I'm going to give it at least 6 months full time. I might have to squeeze in a few other projects, some honeydews, because the wife says she's already making a list. Is that a bad thing when your wife starts like making a list before? Oh, yeah, I agree with you, Ed. I see, that's the thing is I'm interested in so many things that I don't know how to do. I don't know how to play the piano. That's what my granddaughter used to say when she was little. Papa, can you play the piano? No, I can't. But yeah, I'd love to play the piano, or I'd love to play. I would like to be musically talented. I'd like to be able to sing, and not everybody turn and run. Saddle making, leather work. See, that would be interesting too, Chris. I like that. Loom knitting. Yeah. I know. That's crazy. Yeah, there's just, so, I guess my one piece of advice as people get older is try to stay healthy. That's what I'm trying to do. And of course, I think when you get that goal in mind, you'll be like Ed, in his walking. I don't think he started walking thinking that, hey, I'm going to lose some weight when I walk. But it was more of somebody he looked up to or thought well of, and they had done it, going on a walk, take a walk, take a picture. I think is how it's presented, and he's still on it, and man, it is getting close. He is under 60 days left, and he will have taken a walk and a picture for 365 days. I'm telling you that's dedication is what that is. And Wayne would like to learn how to play music. Yeah, I think a lot of us would like to learn how to play a musical instrument. When I was younger, I played the guitar some, but I never mastered it or anything. I never took lessons. I just self-taught and played around with it. But that was when I was really young. Ed's on day 318 out of 365. Take a walk, take a picture. And so if y'all aren't watching those, go check them out, because he posts them on YouTube and he posts them on TikTok. And there's always a great message that goes with it. They're not long videos, but you get to see some of the countryside there where he's at in northern Illinois. And yeah, they're good. I like them. I don't care whoever that hater was that jumped in, and I didn't see that message. I'd have responded to him. But I don't find them boring. I like them. I did start walking 10 years ago to lose weight. So, a lot of people, you see all these people say, I got to go to the gym. I got to do this, got to do that. Really all you got to do is start walking. You'd be surprised if you just consistently walk daily. I would say probably 5 days a week. You could probably take a couple of days off, and you don't have to walk briskly. I mean, everybody walks at a different pace. I'm not a brisk walker, and my wife, it's like she's running. I can't keep up with her. And I used to tell her she walked really, really fast. And she'd say, I don't walk fast. That's just how I walk. And but she's a fast walker, because everybody that's ever been around us is, where'd your wife go? I was like, yep, she's way up there. See her? We used to have a walk group a few years back, and like, you know, she's gone. Myron said, you'd like, Myron's a plumber. You know, now that's the one thing. I'm not a master plumber, but I do have some talents I can do. I used to sell plumbing supplies in my younger day, and I can do a lot of plumbing stuff. The only thing that I've never mastered plumbing wise is soldering copper, but I'm sure if I worked at it, I could learn how to do that too. 1995, I weigh 300 pounds, 330 pounds, and I'm 6'2". 238. Well, that's good. When I started, I don't know, it was probably 6 months ago. You know, through my lifetime, I've probably gained and lost weight on and off. You know, yeah, I think that's pretty normal for most people. You know, you're going to have times in your life where you're heavier than others. I think my heaviest weight, I was like maybe 285, 290. Man, I looked like somebody had connected an air hose to me. But I'm down to like 210. I've lost about 60 pounds since I started. And walking and just, you know, of course, my biggest downfall is I love sweets. And I don't mean candy, but I mean, I like cookies and cake and, you know, Round Rock donuts and all the things that you know, or, you know, as you age, are kind of like your enemy. So, yeah. And so I'm on a regiment where I eat once a day, and it's not during the day. It's like when I usually eat around 5:30 or so. I know, like with my wife always says, yeah, you eat with the blue hairs. What is your granddaughter? So, yeah, Wayne, you know, I think I think my family supports me. For a long time, they didn't really realize what was going on. And, but now they do. And sometimes my youngest granddaughter, you'll see her in some of the TikTok videos, because every now and then she'll, what did she get? What did she want me to ask for? I asked for a sample. It's called a Warmie, and it's kind of like a weighted emotional support, stuffed animal, but it's not stuffed with stuffing. It's like got some beans or something. You're supposed to be able to like put them in a microwave and make them warm, and then, you know, have the child or person, it doesn't have to be a child, it could be an adult, and they just like hold them. And anyway, she wanted one because she works for State Farm Insurance, but she also babysits a lot of small children, and she wanted one to take with her, because sometimes when mom and dad leaves, the kids are upset, and she wanted to have something that maybe, you know, she could, you know, hand to them and to help calm them down. And she also works with some handicapped kids. And so, yeah, she wanted one. So I got her one, and I'm going to do a video on it, or she's going to do a video on it here shortly, because it just got here yesterday. But yeah, it's they're called Warmies, and you know, they're just kind of like a little stuffed animal, but they got some kind of beans or something in it anyway. It likes cold beer. I like cold beer too. Nothing like Mexican food and a cold beer, or The other time I like cold beer is like in the summertime after you get through mowing the lawn. You can sit on the back patio, kind of cool down, and have a cool guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's what they think. They're very supportive, and I'm thankful. I know some people. I don't usually just go around telling friends and people that I do, but occasionally my wife will go, "Oh my God, somebody saw you on YouTube," and I thought, "Oh crap, what did I do?" But it's usually a good thing. So yeah, I hadn't, and people that I work with currently over the years, you know, there's a few that have jumped on the follow me train and watch my videos, a handful, and then there's others that know I do it, um, but they don't, you know, they're not either you. Oh, here we go. Casey says, "How about another question?" So let's do another question. So we already asked the question if there was a skill you could instantly master, and we did get some answers there, and I thought that was good. I like that. Okay, here's one. What's the best advice you ever ignored? So has anybody ever given you some advice and you just ignored them because you're like, eh? And then later you find out that, wow, I wish I'd listened to that person. That was good advice. Maybe initially you thought the advice was bad, or you just kind of, you know, brushed it off, ignored it, only to find out down the road, yeah, that is, yeah, I agree with you, Casey. We don't have that much time. I asked a question, and Chris is like, "Dang, I don't know. We don't have that much time left." It took me a second to catch on where he was going with that, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, I agree with you, 350%. If I could only give out one piece of advice, it would definitely that, you know, affects people's health. I would absolutely tell you to stop smoking. And I know, you know, on the back of the cigarette packages, I think it says, doesn't it say smoking kills? I mean, it probably doesn't say exactly that, but that it causes cancer and cancer kills. And yeah. And there's two things that I would probably add. If you chew tobacco, stop doing that too. It's hard. I did it for many years, and yeah. And again, see, this is why we have wives, because my wife used to smoke. She was never a heavy smoker. She was more of a social smoker. And you know, she's one of those people that when she sets her mind to something, she's done. That's it. There's no like waffling back and forth. She says, "I'm going to do X." You can just like put a mark up there because that's what she's done for sure. Don't do that kind of. Don't do that kind of work. Make no money. Yeah, for sure. But she quit smoking, and so the story goes is she had gone to the doctor, and her doctor kept saying, "Are you still smoking?" She'd say, "Yes, but I only smoke one here, one there." Ernest Saves Christmas. Can't get can't get that now. Yeah, that was Ernest Saves Christmas. It says that was his advice that he ignored. He was told to go see Ernest Saves Christmas, and he said he can't get that 90 minutes back in his life. But anyway, so the story goes, she tells the doctor, "Well, I only smoke, you know, one a day or two a day or whatever." And the doctor told her straight up, He said, you either smoke or you don't smoke. And he doesn't matter if you only smoke one a day, you smoke. And she went home, and I think she had a whole carton of cigarettes at the time, and she never touched them again. Never, no smoking patch, no nothing, just like put them down and said, I'm done. And that's probably been 30 years ago or more. And it was really funny because prior to that, I told her, I said, yeah, you know, why don't you quit smoking? I said, if you quit smoking, I'll quit dipping snuff, which is a very nasty habit. And I think back, I was like, I don't know how my wife didn't kill me. And so she did. 2 years rocks along, you know. Did I quit? Yeah, I didn't. And we're sitting on the couch one day, and just like something out of mouths of a babe, I get this, you know what? You're just not a man of your word. Out of left field, you know, I'm like, where did that come from? And I said, well, what are you talking about? Yeah. And she said, you said that if I quit smoking, that you would quit chewing tobacco. And she goes, I've been quit 2 years and you didn't quit. So you're not a man of your word. That was the last day that I ever had any form of tobacco in my body. I stopped immediately. And I want to tell you, it was the most difficult thing I ever did. I always said I can compare that to someone who is either a heroin addict or drug addict, of how difficult it was. That was probably, I had cravings for at least 5 years. And so, yeah. But yep, so there's that story. I don't think I've ever told that one before. Okay, here we go. Casey says 2 packs a day, and you've been smoking since 2007. It's a tough habit, and you know the kind of work you do now too, especially. You know, on the road, you by yourself a lot of times, and you know it's tough. I hope you're successful quitting. You know, when I quit chew tobacco, I ate those cinnamon flavored toothpicks. Shits. Hello, young man. Hey, how's it going? Cage. Yeah, I can't pronounce the guy's last name, but yeah. A new person joined us on YouTube. So thank you for joining. But yeah, so it's tough, Casey, and yeah, it's tough. But I ate peppermints, which I still love. Peppermints. I cheat on those cinnamon toothpicks. I probably ate 100 boxes of those. I ate peppermints till the inside of my mouth was, you know, raw from sucking on a peppermint. Let's see, what else did I do? Chewed gum. And I've never really been a gum chewer, but I chewed a lot of gum. And the thing is I quit chewing tobacco and drinking Diet Coke at the same time, because they went hand in hand. You know, I'd have big chaw of tobacco and be drinking a Diet Coke. Yeah, bad habit. So yeah. Wayne, I don't know about that. I don't think I'm mechanically inclined, but I'm not a mechanic, and things have changed so much over the years. But I want to tell you, a good mechanic makes good money, and I have a lot of friends, and that's what they do for a living. They're mechanics. Casey's a mechanic. I mean, he's driving a truck now, but that's just because his employer went through a layoff, and he had to do something else to make a. Yeah, anybody want to buy Casey a tank of fuel for his truck? Yeah, those things use a lot of fuel. That's for sure. Hey, Chris, be careful on the road to Amarillo. Enjoy your day. Have a good Friday. Sorry, I didn't see what time it is. It's coming up on 6:45. All right, so we're going to do, let's see here. Okay, here's the last question of the day. I think it's an easy one. Describe the perfect Saturday morning in 3 words. Describe the perfect Saturday morning in 3 words. The perfect Saturday morning in 3 words. I'm going to have to think about that one. I thought that one might be easy, but maybe not. Wayne, what do you think? Kim, what do you think? The perfect Saturday morning in 3 words. Sunshine, my family, and a good cup of coffee. That would be mine. Driving, and drive. Homemade blueberry pancakes. Ooh, I could go for some of that too, and some bacon and sausage. Throw a few scrambled eggs in there. Yeah, buddy. That's the other thing, you know, when you're trying to lose weight. Some people say, yeah, you should eat first thing in the morning. Other people say, no, you shouldn't eat. You know, there's a million things out there. But what's helped me the most is I walk. I hate to walk. Some days, I don't want to say I hate it. Some days I enjoy the walk. Other days it's real drudgery. And I told the doctor that last time I had a physical. He said, well, that's fully normal. He said, I hate to walk too. So I came home. I said, yeah, the doctor says I don't have to walk anymore. She said, he didn't tell you that. I was like, I know, but it sounded good. Yeah. I think mechanics are pretty talented. I think there's a lot of good things you can do as a mechanic, and you can make a very good living as a mechanic. You know, it's kind of like I always tell people, I said, working on computers and working on cars is very similar. One, you have to like to figure out problems. So you have to kind of be a problem solver. You like to, you know, mechanic has got to like to work with their hands, but there's so much in today's technology that they have to learn. And I mean, let's face it, when you're on the side of the road, what do you want? Somebody who works in technology or a mechanic? I'll take the mechanic every time. So yeah, coffee and cigar on the back porch. There you go. Coffee, you know, I've been drinking coffee probably since I was 5 or 6. When my grandmother was alive, we'd go to the farm and of course, then coffee was more like milk and sugar with a splash of coffee, and we called it milk coffee. And she would that was always a big thing when I was little, and that was one of the things I remember about her is she would always make us some milk coffee. So yeah, and I've had a taste for it. And you know, people thought I was weird when I was in middle school. I'd get up, drink coffee with my dad in the morning. High school, and people would be like, why are you drinking? I drank coffee before it was popular. I mean, before people thought it was popular. You know, kids these days that they say, yeah, I drink coffee. Nah, not really. What they drink are the sweet iced coffee drinks, and I'm not an iced coffee person. I don't really prefer those kind. I just want a cup of coffee with a little bit of cream in it, and I'm good to go. And I know Casey's a coffee drinker. I mean, you couldn't drive that many miles and not have a cup of coffee. Unfortunately, some of those truck stop coffees, they ain't very good. Dana just joined on TikTok or did a drive-by. Commander Depth. Treville. Hola, ¿cómo estás, señor? Coffee with a little bit of sugar. Yeah, it's always a little sweetness goes with coffee. I agree. Anyway, so guys, it's Friday. I hope that everybody has a wonderful Friday. It's the end of the week. We're going to have a weekend, so we're going to have a couple of days. We are coming into the Thanksgiving holiday. Guys, I mean, that's going to be on us so quick. I was just looking at a calendar. I always have to, people ask me, they're like, you got all this digital stuff in front of me. Why do you still have an old school calendar? You don't really use that, do you? Well, I do. I always have to, for me, in my mind, I can look at a regular calendar and it's just easier for me to associate where we're at, how many days. So I do still use a old school calendar. I don't really depend on the one that's on the computer. So yeah, but it'll be here before you know it. And we can be talking about all the things that we're thankful for. And so what I'm thankful for today is it's Friday and the weather's good. I woke up at around 4 o'clock this morning thinking, thank you, Lord, for another day. And we're going to go out. I thought this was kind of fun. I always like to do this question. I've done it a little different every time, but you know, I like to do the questions because I just want everybody to be engaged. And I feel like the people that join this, you know, I have people ask me, they're like, what you do? Because I haven't told anybody that I've been doing these lives. And they're like, what do you talk about? I said, man, we talk about everything. You name it, we talk about it. Because, you know, most people associate a live, like going live, like you're trying to sell something. Like I was going to sell you this little flashlight. It is good. And I will do a video on it, but TikTok spanked the company's hand. I don't know what they did, but TikTok took them off the platform right as I got a free flashlight, and I was going to do a video on it. So yeah. 5 Bobcat. Woo. Casey, you got a load there. 5 Bobcats you're delivering. So yeah, all of those fun things. I'll leave you with this. Come back and join us on Monday morning at 5:45. And let's continue this morning coffee talk. Because without you, there's no me. I would tell you all to go out and do something kind today for somebody, because you never know what kind of effect you're going to have on their day, but make it a positive one. And I will see you back here on Monday morning at 5:45. Thank you to everybody that continues to join us on YouTube. I appreciate that. I'm trying to, those are the two, TikTok and YouTube are the two platforms I'm working in. And I'd really like both of them to do well. And I can't do any of it with, like I said, without you joining my live and participating and sharing. And you know what I found here is that we do a live, but we're making friends, acquaintances, maybe lifelong acquaintances. And we find out that other people have the same struggles that we have. And so we try to support each other, want everybody's accounts to grow, because I think everybody's on social media for something, you know, to grow their followers. I'll tell you straight up, I'm here to grow my followers because I am a TikTok affiliate. I also am an affiliate for Amazon and other people. And so the more influence I have, the better. There's a financial part down on the back end. People have a tendency to reach out to you and ask you to look at their products and promote them, and you know, you get a small commission. So yeah, I'm not one of those people that's making thousands and thousands of dollars, but I do make a few $100s every month. And you know, that's just always been my side gig. So we'll see where it takes us. But I don't do the lives for that. I like to do the lives just because I like to interact with people and meet new people and get different perspectives. But yeah, so I'll shut up. It's Friday. Y'all go have a great day. I'll be back here Monday, 5:45 a.m. Thank you for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. Peace.